Are you ready to go on a totally magical data quest? Today we are taking a super technical topic, I'm talking dimensional modeling, and we're going to turn it into a sparkly, fun adventure. Our goal is to make our data models cleaner, faster, and just way cuter. Let's do this!
So our mission today is to create the happiest, most reliable little data worlds you can even imagine. I want you to just forget about those dense, super complicated diagrams. We're here to build models that are so easy for people to understand and totally lightning fast for computers to query. You know why? Because our data deserves to be happy.
To succeed on our quest, we have to conquer 5 magical trials. Think of these as the core principles for becoming a total data wizard. We're going to banish ghosts, unlock secret keys, choose pretty labels, and we're even going to melt some snowflakes. Are you ready? Okay, let's dive right in.
Our very first trial is kind of spooky. We have to deal with these ghostly nulls. They just float around on our fact tables, breaking all our connections and making our data so sad and incomplete.
Oh my gosh, look at that, a null in a foreign key column. In our world, in dimensional modeling, this is a huge no-no. Okay, so think of our fact table like a receipt, right? It's capturing a business event. A null foreign key means a line item on our little receipt is missing its connection. It has no idea which product or which customer it belongs to. It's just a lonely, disconnected measurement. And honestly, it can cause our queries to fail or even give us the wrong answers.
So how do we fix this spooky situation? Well, on the left, you see the sad, haunted way with that ghostly null. But over on the right, ta-da, the happy way. Instead of leaving this empty void, we just create a special default row in our dimension table for unknown or maybe not applicable. Now our fact table can always point to a valid home. Every single piece of data is accounted for. No more ghosts.
And that, my friend, leads us to our very first magical rule. A fact table's foreign keys must never, ever be null. This makes sure we have what's called referential integrity, and it just makes our model super robust. We did it. We banished the ghosts. One trial down.
Okay, next up on our quest, it's time to unlock some magical keys. Every single row of data needs a stable, unique identity. But, sometimes the identifiers we get from the source systems can be, well, a little messy.
Oh no, this is a total disaster. The operational system, where the data originally comes from, just decided to change the product code. So when we use these natural keys directly in our data warehouse, any little change like this can completely break our historical tracking. All of a sudden, sales from last year and this year look like they belong to 2 totally different products. It's a complete mess.
But don't you worry, we have a super powerful spell for this: surrogate keys. A surrogate key is just a simple, meaningless number that we create inside our data warehouse for every single dimension row. It's like a permanent ID card that we control, and it never, ever changes, even if the source system renames, renumbers, or reorganizes everything. It basically protects our analytics from all that operational chaos.
And this brings us to our second rule card. Always give each dimension row its own special surrogate key. It is the ultimate protection spell for keeping your history accurate and building a stable data warehouse. It's so crucial.
Okay, let's just take a quick pause and look at what we're building. This is a star schema, and it is the heart of a great dimensional model. Right in the middle is our fact table. That's our receipt full of numbers. And all around it are our dimension tables. Those are our ID cards full of all the descriptive context. Its simple, elegant structure is what makes it so fast and easy for people to use. This is our goal.
All right, back to the quest. Our third trial is all about elegance and usability. We have to defeat ugly cryptic codes. I can't even look at them. They're just so, confusing.
Okay, just look at the difference this makes. On the left, we have the Goblin's Way. Yuck! Columns like prod_cat_cd with values like HGM. Who knows what that means without a secret decoder ring? But on the right, the Fairy's Way. We have these beautiful clear columns like category name and readable text. Now the data is speaking our language, which makes it instantly useful. So much better.
Let's make it official with our third rule card. Always swap those cryptic codes for clear textual descriptions. Our dimension tables should be full of lush, verbose, business-friendly attributes. The whole goal of the data warehouse is to be understood, and this is such a key step.
Okay,
I need you to focus in, bestie, because this next trial is one of the most important ones. It is the foundation of every single fact table. We need to declare our grain. I know it sounds serious, but it's actually a really simple and powerful idea.
So what even is the grain? Well, it's basically a simple promise we make about our fact table. It's a clear statement that says, one row in this table means exactly this one thing. For example, maybe one row represents a single product scanned at a cash register. That's the grain. It defines the level of detail for all our measurements.
Now, this is one of the most unbreakable rules in our entire kingdom. All measurement rows in a fact table must be at the same grain. No mixing daily summaries with individual transactions. Sticking to one grain stops you from ever accidentally double counting, and it keeps your data accurate and reliable. So please, remember to declare the grain and stick to it.
We've made it to the final trial, but you have to beware. There's a fearsome beast waiting for us. It's the snowflake dragon. It tries to take our beautiful, simple star schema and just shatter it into this complicated, icy blizzard of tiny tables and extra joins.
Okay, look on the left. You see that snowflake blizzard? That's what happens when you normalize your dimensions, breaking them up into this web of smaller tables. It might seem efficient to a database engineer, but it's super confusing for users and it's much slower for analytical queries. But on the right, that's our warm, cozy, and super fast star schema. We keep our dimensions as single wide tables.
So here it is, our final dragon-slaying rule. You have to resist the urge to normalize your dimensions into snowflakes. Keep them wide and denormalized, with all their attributes in one place. We want to reduce joins, not create more of them. So let's melt those icy snowflakes for maximum simplicity and speed. Victory is ours.
We did it! We actually did it! We've conquered all 5 trials, and we've completed our magical data quest. We have learned the most powerful spells to create perfect, happy, and super performant data models. Let's do a really quick recap of the spells we've mastered.
Okay, let's review the 5 magic spells we mastered. We banished those ghostly nulls. We used magical surrogate keys to protect our history. We chose pretty labels instead of cryptic codes. We always declared our grain, and we melted those icy snowflakes. If you can master these, you will hold the secrets to a happy data life. You now have all the magic you need to go out there and build the most amazing, intuitive, and useful data models ever. So, I just have to ask, what magical data world will you build first? Thanks so much for joining me on this adventure. Bye.